Welcome to Podcast Learn and Fun. Let's start today's journey of learning. Have you ever wondered how our cells, the fundamental building blocks of our bodies, talk to each other?
It's remarkable, really.
It's a microscopic world of constant communication.
Yeah.
And today we're diving into the fascinating world of G proteins and GPCRs, the tiny messengers that orchestrate this intricate cellular chatter.
It is kind of like a bustling city with messages constantly being sent and received and decisions being made.
Right, exactly.
And actions being taken.
So imagine our cells are covered in these tiny antennas
Oh, I like that analogy.
called GPCRs.
Okay.
Each one is specifically tuned to receive a certain kind of signal, like a radio receiver.
They're very specific.
Yeah.
And when that signal, a specific molecule called a ligand comes along and binds to the GPCR,
Right.
it sets off a chain reaction.
Okay.
Think of it like a domino effect, where the first domino falling triggers a cascade that travels down the line.
Okay, so the ligand binds to the GPCR,
Yeah.
and that activates our other key player,
Mm-hmm.
the G protein.
Right, and the G protein acts like a switch, flipping between on and off states to control cellular processes.
Oh, so it can be turned on or off.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
when the GPCR is activated, it flips the G protein to the on position.
Okay, so that on state
Yeah.
is where the magic happens.
This is where things get interesting.
So the activated G protein can now interact with other molecules inside the cell, triggering a whole cascade of events.
It's like a relay race where the G protein passes the baton, carrying the signal from the outside of the cell to the inside,
Okay.
and then setting off a chain of events that ultimately leads to a specific cellular response.
So it's not just a one-to-one signal,
Nope.
but a cascade that amplifies the message
Mm-hmm.
and leads to all sorts of complex outcomes.
That's precisely. And here's where it gets even more fascinating.
Okay.
Different types of G proteins can trigger different cascades, leading to a variety of cellular responses.
So it's like having different teams of runners,
Uh-huh.
each specialized for a particular type of race and outcome.
You know, this diversity of G proteins and their signaling pathways is what allows our cells to respond to such a wide range of signals with incredible specificity and precision.
Amazing.
It's really quite remarkable. So let's think about like your heart for a second.
Okay.
It's constantly beating,
Right.
responding to signals from your nervous system. And guess what?
What?
Those signals are often transmitted through GPCRs and G proteins.
Really? So these tiny molecules are involved in something as vital as our heartbeat?
Absolutely. For instance, a signal from your nervous system might tell your heart to beat faster during exercise.
Okay.
That signal is received by a specific GPCR on heart muscle cells,
Okay.
triggering a cascade that ultimately leads to increased heart rate.
Wow. So it's not just basic cell communication, but these pathways are involved in complex physiological processes throughout our bodies.
Precisely. And it goes even further because these pathways are so crucial for our health.
Right.
When things go wrong,
Uh-oh.
it can lead to a whole range of diseases.
So malfunctions in these pathways can actually cause diseases.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example?
Certainly take heart failure, for instance.
Okay.
In some cases, heart failure can be caused by a malfunction in a specific G protein signaling pathway that regulates the force of heart contractions.
Oh, wow. So understanding these pathways isn't just about basic biology. It has real implications for human health and treating diseases.
Exactly. And that's why scientists are so interested in G proteins and GPCRs. They're constantly searching for ways to manipulate these pathways to develop new and more effective drugs.
So by targeting these pathways, scientists could potentially develop drugs to treat a wide variety of diseases.
Precisely. And it's already happening.
Oh, wow.
Many drugs currently on the market, including medications for high blood pressure allergies, and even some types of cancer work by targeting specific GPCRs.
That's incredible. It seems like we've only scratched the surface of what we can learn about these incredible molecules.
Yeah, we have. And as scientists continue to unravel the complexities of G protein and GPCR signaling, we can expect even more groundbreaking discoveries and life-changing therapies in the years to come.
I'm curious, how do scientists even study these tiny molecules? They're so small, it seems almost impossible.
It's a challenge for sure, but scientists have developed some incredibly sophisticated techniques.
Oh, okay.
They can use X-ray crystallography to determine the three-dimensional structure of GPCRs,
Right.
which helps them understand how ligands bind and activate these receptors.
So they can actually see these tiny molecules in detail.
They can. It's amazing.
That's incredible.
And they can also track the activity of G proteins in real time using fluorescent tags to visualize how these molecules move and interact within cells.
So it's like they're watching a microscopic movie following the action as it unfolds. That's fascinating.
It is, and these techniques are giving us an unprecedented glimpse into the inner workings of our cells, revealing the intricate dance of molecules that govern life itself.
It's mind-blowing to think about all this activity happening inside us right now on such a tiny scale.
It really is, and this is just a small taste of the vast and complex world of cellular signaling. There's so much more to explore, so many mysteries yet to be uncovered.
Well, I have to say, this has been incredibly eye-opening. I never realized how important G proteins and GPCRs are, not just for basic cell function, but for our overall health and well-being.
It's been my pleasure to share this fascinating world with you, and I hope it sparked your curiosity to learn even more about the amazing molecular machinery that makes life possible.
Yeah, it really is
It
amazing.
makes you kind of appreciate the complexity of life.
Right,
Even at the smallest level, it's like there's a whole universe inside each of our cells.
exactly. And with all this intricate signaling going on, how do our cells even make sure they're responding to the right signals at the right time?
That is a great question.
It seems like it could get pretty chaotic in there.
Yeah, it could get a little chaotic, but you see these signaling pathways aren't just turned on and left to run wild.
Oh.
They're tightly controlled, like a complex circuit with checks and balances.
Oh, so there are mechanisms in place to prevent things from going haywire.
Exactly. For instance, G proteins have a built-in self-destruct mechanism.
Interesting.
Once they've delivered their message, they deactivate themselves,
Okay.
preventing the signal from persisting indefinitely.
So it's like a self-regulating system,
Yeah,
making sure the signals are transient and controlled. That's pretty impressive.
it is, and there are other layers of regulation as well. Cells can adjust the number of GPCRs on their surface, making them more or less sensitive to specific signal.
Wow.
They can also modify the G proteins themselves, fine-tuning their activity.
So it's a dynamic system, constantly adapting to the changing needs of the cell and the organism as a whole.
Precisely, and this intricate web of regulation is essential for maintaining harmony and balance within our bodies.
And I'm thoroughly impressed by the elegance and complexity of cellular communication. It's truly remarkable how all these tiny molecules work together to orchestrate the symphony of life.
It really is. We've only just begun to understand the nuances of this incredible system. There's so much more to discover, and the potential for new therapies and treatments is immense.
Makes you wonder what other secrets are hidden within our cells just waiting to be revealed.
It really does. The future of medicine, and perhaps even our understanding of life itself, lies in unraveling the mysteries of cellular communication.
Well, thank you for joining us today on Podcast Learn and Fun. It's been a fascinating journey into the world of G proteins and GPCRs.
My pleasure.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the amazing world of science.
See you next time.